Hello, everyone. It is Carrie, aka Nerdy Girl Creates, and welcome to my Saturday live stream. I am looking forward to this because we're going to be talking about Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness, some of the theories that's going on with that. We're going to talk about uh, the new Disney Star Wars Galactic Cruiser. We're also going to go into some VIZ Media announcements of soon new manga titles that'll be coming out in the future. Also, some comic stuff, such as these Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin covers, as well as the new announcement for Iron Man and Black Cat. So, again, welcome. It's my second live stream, so hopefully all goes well. Hello, Monsterverse. How are you? Before we kick into things, I'm going to let a few more people come in. I have put out the announcement that it is on. Just waiting for some people to come on and see how it goes. I tell you, this week has been like a mic issue week, like from hell. I don't know what's going on. I think it could be when every time I try to adjust my volume, it kicks back to my headset, and then I end up having to go back in and change it back to the mic and then reset the volume, because if I don't check the volume, it's going to end up on like the lowest setting so nobody can hear me. A little crazy. But hopefully, things go well tonight. If you like I said, if you hear a problem with my just let me know. I'm trying to see where everybody else is at this moment. Next week, I'm hoping to have a guest. I'm hoping to have a discussion about My Hero Academia. I'm looking forward to that. Yes, Monsterverse. That was the reason I wasn't at Tristan's live stream. But I also think it was had to do with my internet, because while I was trying to fix my mic, I lost signal completely on the internet. So I think it was a combination of different things, and I was kind of disappointed. I really wanted to be on Tristan's live stream. If you don't know who I'm talking about Nerdette Newsstand. Yeah. That really got me. I was really annoyed about that. Because I really wanted to talk about some of those topics she had on the channel. I mean, I am going to go into, I think, a couple of things she was mentioning. Yeah, her streams are the best. Hopefully, at some point in the future, once I get this all figured out, I'll get up there. I know I need to create a new intro video just for my live streams to make it a little more interesting. I promise not to do like the 45 to an hour long intro I see so many people do in their live streams. It really gets like, ugh! I end up just leaving, going back to see if it's actually started yet, and then leaving again, and then keep checking to see if the live stream's actually begun. I promise I will not do anything that crazy, but hopefully we'll get some more people in here soon and we can start talking about this. It is, yeah, a lot of stuff happening this week. A lot of stuff. Thank you, Monsterverse, for sharing my link. What's up, Dazzling Kate? How are you? Hope everything's well. I saw you tweet. I didn't get to reply to him, but I hope everything's well. Yeah, so I guess we'll start getting into this. We are going to start talking about first we're going to start with Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. I'm sure by now everybody has seen the trailer. There are rumors flying. The trailer pretty much confirmed Patrick Stewart is in it. We're all assuming it's Professor X. We all know why they're doing this multiverse in the MCU. It's pretty much, in my opinion, to get everybody over from the Fox universe, or at least the characters, not the same actors, and just kind of put everything into one place without having to go through an explanation on why nobody is been in the MCU before until now. Because you're really going to have to, if you didn't do that, you're going to have to really explain why there's suddenly mutants. Because mutants are supposed to have been around for a very long time. It's been crazy. It's awesome to listen to your stream while I'm working on some homework. Well, good luck with that homework, Dazzling Kate. So let's start with some rumors going around about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, or I should say, Into the Multiverse of Madness. I cannot speak right today. Excuse me. I don't know what it is. It's been a week. Like I said, between technical issues, stuff happening at work, and then I feel like it's just like one right after the other. Okay, so according to Screen Rant, they're saying Professor X and Iron Man are going to be two of the villains, and they have a whole theory here explaining why they feel that way. Truthfully, I think that Wanda's going to be the big villain, but that's just my theory. But let's see what they have to say about this. We'll try to read some of it. I'm not going to try to go through all of it. But it says Professor X and the Superior Iron Man can actually be the villains in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little. Doctor Strange admitted in Spider-Man No Way Home. Obviously, he didn't watch Loki. So, how are they going to play? Now, I heard rumors Tom Cruise will be playing Superior Iron Man. If you don't know anything about Superior Iron Man, he was kind of like Iron Man who got reversed into a villain, and I wasn't really crazy about that run. This is when I was starting to get out of the mainstream comics because it was really getting kind of annoying. But I guess Tom Cruise is going to play an alternate universe where Iron Man is the bad guy. I wonder, though, how they're going to do this with Patrick Stewart. They're part of the Illuminati, which we saw that in the trailer. But there's other possibilities rather than appearing as heroes. The variants of Xavier and Iron Man are part of a group of villains. Doctor Strange 2 is being very careful indeed when it comes to admitting who the real bad guys are. I mean, it's kind of obvious from the trailer, like Wanda's somehow a villain. Because they'll probably do the same thing they do at WandaVerse and make her kind of like sympathetic. It's important to remember that Charles Xavier isn't always portrayed as a hero. This is true even in the comics, where Xavier's dream may be just, but Professor X has often crossed the line. Proving to be a flawed prophet, unworthy of the dream of the promised land of mutants, humans coexisting, he points towards telepaths like Charles Xavier are particularly vulnerable to ego. I don't know if that's true. Hello, Hominus. How are you? Everything's going well, thank you. Hopefully my mic doesn't crap out this time. But we are talking about Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness and some of the theories going on with this. So they're trying to insinuate that Charles Xavier has not always been a good guy. I know in the more recent incarnations of Xavier in the comics, just like with almost every other character, they were always trying to do things where they kind of tear them down, make them look like they're such villains. But I don't know about this. I don't think Xavier in this case would be. I know there was problems with the Illuminati. They didn't like the fact that the Illuminati was running things behind their back, but they thought they were doing stuff to help things. Optic Racer 21, how are you doing? Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. I can see, I guess if they're going to go with the Superior Iron Man, then maybe it would make sense to have a villainous version of Professor Xavier. I know we're going to get the villain version of Doctor Strange, so it could be like a mirror universe. Your sound is good, great voice. Thank you, Optic Racer 21. I just, after last weekend's catastrophe, I just wanna make sure everything's okay. Um, I just I know there's been rumors, like, somebody was trying to say, that Bruce Campbell was probably playing Balder, who is, Thor and Loki's other brother, if you know Greek mythology. That's what, really set everybody against Loki because he, spoilers, killed Balder. He was responsible for Balder's death. Um, I don't see Bruce Campbell to me would be too old because I always got the impression Balder was, like, a younger brother of Thor. But I don't know if it's gonna be him. Then I heard it could be Killmonger that's sitting on the Illuminati, so if they're going with the villain thing, that would definitely make a lot of sense to do. To have, like, an Illuminati and a Mirrorverse where they're all villains, and you could have, Killmonger on there, you can have, Superior Iron Man, Evil Professor X, maybe, instead of Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Doom. 'Cause, I know a lot of people are saying we're probably gonna get, Mr. Fantastic, but if they're doing a villain version of it, it could be, Doctor Doom. I could be wrong. Now, I know the other rumor going around, and this one I think is going to happen, is Deadpool showing up, because Ryan Reynolds going around telling everybody it's not gonna happen, to me is just him saying, "Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Welcome, Second Street Marvel. How are you doing?" So I definitely think Deadpool's gonna show up, even if it's just like a quick blink and you miss it moment, but they're gonna have him do some type of one-liner because the minute like, after Deadpool 2 and Disney officially had all the rights to the Fox characters, Ryan Reynolds was taking pictures outside of the Marvel Studios, and he was going on about, like, their plans for his character. I think he'll show up. What I'm not so sure about is the rest of the Fox X-Men. I could be wrong. When I was looking at the IMD casting list, now this is not guaranteed. I think people can go on there and change it. Might be wrong about that. But they had the voice cast for the 90s X-Men cartoon. Now, if that is true, that would be awesome. That would be, like, really, really cool to go into, like, an animated multiverse of all these characters. I love that X-Men. Doing well, finished West Coast Avengers Epic Collection Volume 1 and played some Star Wars Battlefront with my son. Nice, Second Street Marvel. Nice indeed. I am doing well today. So far everything's working correctly, so I am happy. I need to get back into gaming. When I moved, like, my PS2 crapped out and I was gonna get a PS3 and financial stuff happened, thinking about getting another Nintendo, and I really need to get back into gaming. It's just right now time. As you could see, like, my Wednesday videos have gone to crap because of stuff that's been happening. But hopefully I can, like, finally get some time and get back into gaming because I liked Battlefront. I really did. So, okay, so we got Deadpool's a rumor. Like I said, they were also talking about the X-Men Fox characters. Now, you could get back Hugh Jackman, but I don't know because he seemed really adamant. Now they might talk him into it with Ryan Reynolds because I know they're buddies. He might talk him into coming back. Even if it's like a brief second, or I hope they don't do what they did in Deadpool 2 and take like unused footage or footage from another movie he was in as Wolverine and kind of like put it in there because I'll be pissed. I hate when they do that. When they do that, and you're just like, it wasn't filmed for it. You could tell, and it just looks crappy. Other rumors. Of course, Fantastic Four. Now there could be multiple Reed Richards. You can get the one from the Fox. Oh, Dazzling Kate. Is it better now? Because I'm really good. I'm gonna really, like, lose it if this starts going bad again. I don't want it to go bad. Let me know if you can hear me and everything sounds fine in the chat. Not seeing anybody. Hello? Just waiting to see if anybody tells me they've lost me or not. Hopefully not. Come on, guys. Are you there? Did my internet go to crap? Da, 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 da. Okay, thank you, Second Street Marvel. Everything sounds fine. Um, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you'll get Halle Berry. I don't know if you'll get the ones from the old X-Men. Thank you, Optic Racer 21. You might get like the first class ones. It was robotic a little earlier, a few minutes ago, but now it's normal. I don't know what's going on. I is this mic just not compatible with this computer? I think, I mean, I got like a pretty good mic, but I'll have to check. Maybe it's a connection issue. I'll look at it later. I think you're going to get more of the first class, and but I just arrived as I'm modding for a friend too. Oh, nice Optic Racer. Probably have to get mods in the future, but not right now. You're gonna probably gonna get like I said, the first class X-Men characters, more than likely. The only thing I worry about with this whole Into the Multiverse of Madness, and I've said this back on Wes's stream back in Comic Aficionados last week, the nostalgia bait. I don't want them to be just, like, focusing so much on, "Look who we brought back, look who we brought back. It worked for Spider-Man, so we're gonna do it in here. We're gonna just shove a whole bunch of people," and it doesn't make sense for the story. Um, I just, because everybody's nostalgia baiting lately. Everybody. I just saw the images of Michael Keaton posting from the set of the Batgirl movie, which I will not be watching, by the way. If you follow me on Twitter, you've seen my rant about that, and I don't wanna get into it because I'm just gonna get heated again. But, they're bringing back Michael Keaton for that, and I don't understand. They're bringing him back for Flash because Marvel, I can understand why they're doing the multiverse as long as they execute it right. It's because they wanna bring in the characters they didn't previously own, and now they do, but they don't wanna go through this whole explanation of why they're suddenly there when they haven't been there before. Meanwhile, at DC, they're doing it because they don't know what the hell they're doing. They cannot develop a universe correctly. I think they went totally opposite. If it wasn't for the leaks, I wouldn't even believe that was Professor X. I'd say it was the ancient one, Second Street Marvel. I think it sounded like Patrick Stewart, though. And when you watch the footage, somebody had slowed it down. He kind of wheels in, so it could be Professor X. Or it could be Patrick Stewart playing somebody else, because look what happened in WandaVision with Quicksilver. We were thinking, oh, he was playing the Quicksilver from the Fox universe, and he wasn't even that character. So yeah, DC they don't know what they're doing. They're trying to do everything to like eradicate the Snyderverse. And look, I'm not the biggest fan of the Snyderverse, but I thought the Snyderverse was a little bit more together when they were letting Zack do his version of the Justice League, because the Josh Whedon version of the Justice League was just awful. It was my problem with the Snyder one was it was too long, and I hate that he's constantly putting everything in, like, this dark filter. Like, everything's gotta be muted in color. But, yeah, they're trying to erase all of that. They instead of trying to, like, improve upon it, and I'll give an example. The first 2 Spider-Man movies in the MCU, I was not the biggest fan of. The last one, I think they finally understood what people wanted from Spider-Man, and I hope they stick to it. I'm not, keeping my hope too high because with the way things are taken care of nowadays, nah. Dazzling Kate, my personal theory is that whenever DC Marvel does something, DC Marvel follows suit and does the exact same thing, but less planned, just like in the comics. Yes. It's like, I felt like when Batman versus Superman came out, they were doing this whole, "We need to rush to get this done. We need to catch up to the MCU." Instead of saying, "You know what? Let's take our time. Let's try to do this in a more constructed way. Introduce the characters correctly, but keep the charm of what people loved about the DC characters." Yes, the MCU is pretty, Matthew Ward. I mean, it's at least colorful. I hate when, the Snyderverse gets so dark and mid. Like, when I first saw the images of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I was not crazy about the costume because it was so, like, the colors were so muted, and being somebody who's a huge Wonder Woman fan, I wanted that bright costume. It's just, yeah, the MCU is pretty. It's Disneyfied. With this, I just hope, like, I'm jumping all over the place, I'm sorry. So, yeah, DC doesn't know what they're doing, they're just trying to now get rid of the Snyderverse so they can try to, like, rebuild everything and hope this time around it works. I think, like I said, the MCU, they're doing it because they have bringing in characters they didn't have the rights to before, and now they have to do something to explain why they're there, and without having to do the legwork, because it's gonna be kinda complicated to really, like, explain how mutants suddenly appeared now. Matthew Ward says, "The MCU is pretty much dead for me. I don't have the urgency to see any of these films or movies. Spider-Man was the first one that I was willing to risk COVID for and be there that day." Yeah, and, you know what? I wasn't disappointed. Do I think it was the best Spider-Man movie? No. That's still Spider-Man 2 for me. Monsterverse, no, I do not love the new Wonder Woman comics. I'll be honest with you, I haven't read too many DC and Marvel comics for, like, a couple of years now because I got so aggravated with what they're doing in mainstream comics. If I do pick up one, it's because, other people who review comics that I trust, like Wes at Thinking Critical and Doc, I will pick it up because they said it was good, and they're usually right. Yeah, I'm joking. Remember the cover you tweeted about? Oh god. Yeah, that's just another example of why I stopped reading a lot of mainstream comics, because it's not about story or talent anymore. It's like, well, we have to have a certain checkbox filled. And, there are talented people of all backgrounds out there that deserve a chance. But also, the other problem is, I think, like I've seen some former pros from DC Marvel say, they don't pay. I want to know if those people said anything was good. Second Street Marvel, who you talking about? Sorry. Did I miss that? You're talking about, like, the Wes and Doc. I mean, pretty much when they like something, they'll tell you they like it, but most of the time, if it's bad, they're gonna straight up tell you it's bad. They're not shilling for anybody. So back onto this Doctor Strange is the Multiverse of Madness, and then I'm gonna switch over to another topic, but, so yeah, the rumor is they're trying to say now that Professor X and Iron Man or Superior Iron Man are the bad guys in this. Um, got an interdimensional team known as the Exiles was put together to police the greatest threat to the multiverse. Are they bringing in the Exiles? I haven't heard anything about the Exiles. And Professor Xavier developed some god complex. I really don't wanna see a villain version of, Professor X. I really don't. So they're implying Marvel is still concealing a major twist. Supporting this theory, leaked concept art for Doctor Strange has shown a version of Professor X in the hover chair he used in the 90s comics and classic X-Men animated series. The fact this is a new version of Xavier means he might have a different backstory. Eh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't watch Wes anymore, predictable. same conversations every week. Oh, come on. Wes is cool. We have fun on his live streams. Yeah. I'm gonna go watch this because I trust Sam Raimi, though I still haven't forgiven him for Spider-Man 3, but I think that's more of a studio issue. Kind of hoping Sam Raimi keeps this on track. He balances everything else nicely. Does a good thing with the story. I'm not crazy about American Chavez being in this, but then again, maybe they'll have her be completely different than what she was in the more recent comics. I didn't have the biggest problem with her when she was in Young Avengers, but I just, like I said, I don't want to see evil versions of the heroes. I'm kind of sick and tired of the whole thing with taking the heroes and ripping them down and making them bad. It's really boring and it's predictable, and I can't heroes just be heroes and villains just be villains. I don't want any more heroes getting destroyed for the sake of destroying them. So what do you guys think about Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness? Are you going to be watching it? Like I said, I'll probably go watch it, but I'm still like, nothing gets me extremely hyped anymore. I used to be like, wow, I cannot wait to go see that. Now I'm just gonna like, ugh, what are they gonna do to screw this up? I mean, I'm not even crazy about the new Batman movie. It's because I guess I've been burnt so badly, and I kind of feel like Hollywood is just milking this stuff. I'm here from you being on TC and following you on Twitter. Is My Hero Academia really as great as everyone says? I'm a manga noob and looking to get Shonen Jump app. Shonen Jump app is worth it, Matthew Ward. It's only like $1.99 and you get access to a whole lot more than you would on the DC or Marvel apps. And I'm not even going to talk about Comixology because I've heard everything about that and I dropped that a while ago. The minute I heard it was going through Amazon, I had a bad feeling. But yes, My Hero Academia is really good. If you like classic Marvel, My Hero Academia does that. You have great character development. You have a hero that has to earn his powers. Even before he gets his powers, he's got to earn it to receive it. And if you read it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And you have like a role model of a hero who is like classic Superman that this kid looks up to. And he's a great mentor to the kid. You have other characters. And there's a lot of development amongst these characters that you don't see coming because there's some characters you're looking at thinking, oh yeah, they're gonna go straight into being like this kid's nemesis, but then turn out to go in the completely opposite direction. They're the villains are also really good. They have done what Marvel and DC can't do. They've made a balance with the villains where you understand some of their motivations. There is some sympathy to them, but you do not excuse their behavior. They're still evil at the end of the day, if that makes sense to anybody. So I do recommend My Hero Academia. I have the next volume coming soon, which has a big twist in it. And My Hero Academia does have a spin-off as well. It's called My Hero Academia Vigilantes, which I've read the first couple of volumes. I have to get the rest. But thanks to the great manga shortage, it's not easy. Thanks, you sold me. I have the first 2 My Hero Academia volumes on Comixology. The app is on tier fire now. Oh, did they fix all the problems on that, Matthew Ward? Because I've heard people just go, oh. I mean, I might go back on it once they get all the bugs worked out, but when I was listening last week on Comics Aficionado about everything happening with Comixology, I was kind of grateful I didn't have it anymore. Dazzling Kate says, I'm planning on seeing the movie only because I love Doctor Strange and Raimi as the director. Oh my god. My Hero Academia is fucking amazing. Yes, it is. And yes, that's the reason I'm going to go see Doctor Strange, because I think Benedict Cumberbatch does the role justice. And Sam Raimi is a great director. crossing my fingers, that they also fix the problems from WandaVision, because I'm still not happy with the way that ended. I have a problem with Disney Plus shows, like, not all of them. Like, Hawkeye, I think, was well balanced, but most of the Disney Plus shows have this thing where it's like they don't tell the writers they're only gonna get 6 or 8 episodes, and then, like, halfway through it, they go, "Okay, well, you only have 2 more episodes, so you're gonna have to wrap this up." And then they're like, "Oh, crap, how are we gonna tie this up in 2 episodes?" If you're Boba Fett, you just bring in the Mandalorian. Ay, yeah, I'm not gonna get on that rant again, but no, it's a garbage fire, I can put through it, but I don't expect any normal human being to. Matthew Ward, go on the Shonen Jump app. It is amazing. It works really well. You get new chapters every week for the top manga titles, even some new titles. Do the Shonen Jump app. I highly recommend it. I'm not sponsored by them, but I love the app. I'm more of a person who likes physical copies, but because of this manga shortage, the the Shonen Jump app is really good. I really do like it a lot. Okay, so Doctor Strange is the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. Any final thoughts on that? Well, I'm gonna see it because of Sam Raimi and Benedict Cumberbatch. Hopes are not high. I'm going into everything cautious. Hopefully, with all these rumored appearances, they don't use it just for nostalgia bait, and it turns out to be really good. So yeah, I will let you know my thoughts on that when it comes out. The next topic. Oh, I have been having fun on Twitter this week regarding this. If you've been following me, you've probably seen me going on about this. Oh, this is a dumpster fire. I'm sorry, this is. I used to live in Florida, but I was like 3 hours away from Disney World and Universal Studios. And the last time I was at Disney, they were just building Pandora. So they didn't even have Galaxy's Edge yet. But when I saw the footage for Galaxy's Edge and that they were just gonna base it around the sequel trilogy, I didn't even care about going back. But this Star Wars Galactic Cruiser is what is it, $6,000? I think it's a night for 2 nights to have an immersive experience in the Star Wars universe. I have watched the footage that's come out on Friday from people who got invited to go there, and of course, all of them are shilling and saying how great and wonderful it is. I am looking at these pictures and the video footage, and I'm going, "No. No." My friend, my coworker, he is a huge Star Wars fan. He is that guy who could tell you every ship's name. Recites lines from the movie. He is like totally Star Wars obsessed. He could be on The Big Bang Theory, but his thing is Star Wars more than Star Trek. He was looking at the footage I was showing him at work, and he was just like, "What is this?" He goes, "Why does everything look like Star Trek?" And I'm like, "You have a good point," because literally when you walk in, I don't know if they have images on here of the inside of it. This is the deck. Everything is like this really like Star Trek J.J. Abrams white interior. This here is the lightsaber activity they have, and it is so stupid. It's like laser tag without actually running around and shooting people. You are just standing in place like these people are and just hitting a fake laser that's coming at you. That's it. 6,000 a night. Here's the bridge. It's supposed to be like a cruiser that they remodeled that was like in service for thousands of years or something, and this is its first voyage since it's gotten repaired. It's like here's the cabins. This was the other thing. I started to break out and laugh when I saw this footage of the cabins. These are your bunk beds. This is your bed. In here is like your bathroom, which is like a very standard bathroom. I've seen bigger bathrooms in a value resort at Disney and Universal Studios than what they have in here. Here on this side of the wall is a closet. Then you have this board where you have your phone and you can hit a button to talk to a virtual droid. Yeah, here it is. Disney sample pricing with departure dates of August 20th through September 17th with the standard room, which holds 2 guests. I'm sorry, with 2 guests will be like 4,809, which works out as 1,209 per night. The cost per person decreases as the number of people increase. So then here's my question. You're going to bring a whole bunch of people. Where are you going to fit them in this room? Because I doubt they're going to include a second room for a lower price. These are your bunk beds. I saw somebody trying to lay in it. Under here, they have storage. And over here, there's a pull-down bed. But that's like the most you get. It's, Matthew Ward, you're right. You've seen some of the videos on my feed. It looks like 2 days of awkward interactions and folk line dancing. Yeah, pretty much. There was line dancing. The other thing, and I can't find the video. If I did, I would try to play it on here, but I don't know if I'll get in trouble for playing it. They have like a balcony above the lobby where like the captain comes out and goes on about the whole history of the ship. They have a lightsaber battle up there between Rey and Kylo, because that's what everybody wants to pay $6,000 to see is Rey and Kylo. Yeah. See, they're up here having their little battle. But when she comes out here, she has a retractable lightsaber, and I swear to God, this video, she puts the retractable one down and grabs the regular lightsaber up so she can duel with Kylo. It's really pathetic. When they walked into the lobby, okay, they stand there and they have this whole like cruise ship type of introduction to the captain and every the staff. There's one droid. One freaking droid, okay? One droid, and I would say I count 5, maybe 6 people in costume with the makeup and all. You can get more space from a Super 8 room dazzling game. It was like it was boring. I was watching this video, but it was so boring. Matthew Ward writes, "I love Star Wars more than the next person, but I'm not paying $6K for that experience. Clearly, it wasn't quality tested by fans." Of course not. It was all corporate bullshit. I mean, a lot of this stuff doesn't even match the original, like, concept footage. Like, when you first get sent up to the cruiser in the imaginary pod, it was supposed to have this open glass roof where you could see yourself flying up and getting, boarded onto the ship. The actual version has these little slit glass windows. I don't know if there's a picture in here, but it was like, what? I mean, I'm embarrassed for anybody who pays the money to go do this. I mean, it's like you got two, what was it? You got 2 experience choices. And when I was watching that, it looked really boring and stupid. You can either support the First Order or you could be part of the Resistance. And when you found like the Resistance hiding in what looks like the engine room, all you were doing was playing with like different levers to get the gas working and everything. And I was just like, so what are you doing? I mean, I saw some type of footage where Chewbacca grabbed some people and they were running around. The other thing was the First Order. It's not what I would do. And if you've been following me on Twitter, I had thoughts on what they should have done with this. let's be honest, there's not that many people who like the sequel trilogy. I know there's some people who go on Twitter and defend it crazy. I got into one today with somebody who was just like knocking OG fans and saying that we're gatekeeping Star Wars. I'm like, if we were gatekeeping Star Wars, the sequel trilogy would never have gotten made. Um, and going on about how that was finally representation in Star Wars, and of course, people dropping gifs of Lando and Leia. But I would have done, if you couldn't do the original trilogy, you couldn't do the prequels, I would have done The Mandalorian. Because it's Disney made and it's successful compared to what I think about the sequel trilogy. I would have this be like a transport ship. Mando is on there with Grogu, Baby Yoda, and he's trying to get him somewhere, and you have a choice of maybe your experiences learn to be a Mandalorian. You know, you can have Bo-Katan, or you can have the Armorer from the series, or you could want to join Luke Skywalker's Jedi temple and go through like some Jedi training, and you're being escorted there by, I don't know, Ahsoka or some other Jedi. You have R2D2 wheeling around. You have animatronics people can interact with, like Grogu, because there is no animatronics. They have like on this in their dining area a performance with a woman dressed up like an alien and she's singing. And then in the background, they have an alien playing keyboards. There are no animatronics that I've seen. The only other droid is the one you get on the screen in your bedroom. I would have for $6,000. I want animatronics. I want like a ton of people dressed up as aliens, Mandalorians. You could have former Imperial officers and stormtroopers. You could have Boba Fett, Fennec, all this going around. But they literally have 2 First Order troopers, 1 in First Order general, I guess he is. $6,000. I had a better immersive experience at Universal Studios at the Harry Potter lands. And that was included in the ticket price. Only thing you had to buy extra was merchandise and food. You go into the Harry Potter lands, both of them. The one in Universal is the city, I forgot the name of it. You can interact with windows with a wand. You can cast spells. There's a freaking giant animatronic of a dragon on top of the bank breathing fire. There's animatronics in different windows. They had a better performance in the middle of the freaking city right there with the I forgot their names. My Harry Potter knowledge is not as vast. But they were all there performing. You had the Hogwarts train was way better than what they have that transports you to freaking Galaxy's Edge. You get on the train, you feel like you're in the movie. The glass freezes over when the mentors go up. It's like it is more of an immersive experience. Even on the rides, it feels more like an immersive experience. This hotel just feels like it was slapped together and somebody's saying, remember, we got to just use the sequel trilogy characters, but we can't afford too much. So just have like 2 freaking First Order troopers, 1 Imperial officer, whatever it is, Rey, Chewbacca, and a droid. Matthew Ward says, I would consider myself an OG Star Wars purist. With that said, I love Solo and Rogue One. The sequel movies were a disjointed mess. Oh, God, yes. That was really when I started turning off on Star Wars. I would love to have OG Star Wars in this. Like, that whole Rise of Resistance ride. I can't talk. That should have been, like, OG Star Wars. That would have fit better as being on the Death Star and Darth Vader hunting you. That would have been more fun. Dazzling Kate writes, I'm paying $6,000 for a specialized hotel based off a fictional place. I better be getting a big room, a fridge full of food, and a character wake-up call. Damn right. as well as some cool activities. That's the thing, the activities look so boring. They had line dancing, Kate. If you saw my Twitter, I put the video up. They were doing line dancing like it was 1993. I was waiting for what's his name to come out and start singing Achy Breaky Heart. I'm like, why are we line dancing on a Star Wars hotel? That's $6,000. It was so stupid. And then watching the really bad choreographed lightsaber fight was really sad. That was just like, oh God, why is this happening? Why? I mean, and the thing is when you arrive at this hotel, it is just like this gray slate. It looks like a prison. Empire was not trash, Second Street Marvel. If you're a purist, that means you acknowledge that Empire and Return were trash, just like anything released after it. Empire is my favorite Star Wars movie. But I see where you're going with it. Yeah, it's like plain slate rock. It's so... I know, it's what you do. So boring. You guys can pay we $6,000 and we could dance to Billy Ray Cyrus. Got you, nerdy girl. And I will cook you the best meal of your lives. Seriously, have anybody been to the Harry Potter land at Universal Studios? There's 2 of them. There's one in Islands of Adventure, which is Hogwarts and the little town outside. And then the other one is the kind of like reverse London. I forgot what they call it, with all the shops. And you can even go into the wand store and have that whole scene where they select the wand for you. And that was not $6,000 because it was part of your ticket. I mean, if they ever did a hotel for Harry Potter, they'd blow this out of the water. They would blow this out of the water. Because this is like nobody even tried to come up with something interesting. It's like a whole total mess. And this whole, like right here on the screen where you're on the... It's like you're playing a giant, like, arcade game. I could do that at home on a PlayStation or an Xbox. I want you to make me feel like I'm in the damn movie. I want to feel like I'm training to be a Mandalorian or a Jedi, or I am being a Sith Lord, or I am joining the Empire. I don't want this. This is like, this shit I could do at home. All honestly. I could do this crap at home. I've seen better lightsaber fights at a Comic-Con. Because those kids put into passion. This is like cheap cosplay. Like, they took a warehouse and they put up some decor that looks like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek and tried to call it Star Wars. Oh, I'm telling you, go out there and look at the footage. There's so many YouTubers who've done it. Most of them are going to just give you BS and tell you how great everything is. The rooms are too small. I did get to see the deluxe room, which is pretty much where the bed is. They have like a tiny living room. It's like a suite. They have a bar and then one bed. It's just sad how much Disney doesn't know what gold they could have had with Star Wars brand. Unfortunately, I feel it has been damaged for a long time. Yeah, Matthew, I agree. I feel like it's just, at this point, it's holding on by a string, and that string is called The Mandalorian, but soon even that's going to break, because God knows how season 3 is going to be. I mean, I wasn't crazy about Boba Fett, and I was looking forward to Boba Fett, because I thought they handled him pretty well in The Mandalorian season 2. But then he was pretty much just sitting around telling Fennec, "You got this?" I know the actor might be a little too old for the stunts, but that's what stunt people are for. Meanwhile, I'm watching what's-her-name playing Fennec just bouncing over walls. Again, that could be a stunt person, but Boba Fett should have been a badass, and he wasn't. I'm going off topic, I know. It's just sad because it's not just Star Wars, Matthew. It's like a whole bunch of different franchises. I'm not even going to get into the Lord of the Rings discussion. All I'm going to say is I am not watching that series. Nope, not doing it. I am just going to yank out my extended edition DVDs of the Lord of the Ring trilogy and watch that. I am not watching that show. So many things just getting like destroyed It's sad. It really is. Galactic Cruiser nightmare. Ugh. Now, I don't know if anybody's been following my channel for a while. A little bit ago, I did a video calling out the hypocrisy of sexualization in comics. And I was talking about and using Nightwing as the example for that because, yeah, Nightwing, I feel like Nightwing gets more sexually harassed and exposed more than some female characters lately, and they haven't done anything to change that. Now they're just throwing in Red Hood and Robin to the mix. Ugh. Yeah, so my whole video about Nightwing was about how they have put him in sexually explicit scenarios. Like suddenly he's a stripper and he's trying to like collect money for something, or he's getting raped on the rooftop by another vigilante. I think I stopped reading Nightwing when almost every comic that came out was somebody commenting on his ass. And like, look, I get it. Nightwing's, yeah, he's hot. So's Gambit. I love Gambit too. I love both of them. Yeah, they're attractive. But after a while, it got to a point where it's like, okay, I'm just watching. There was the one where he joined Spiral and he was just going on by another name, and he was undercover at a school that trained girls to be assassins, and they were just like planning to break into his bedroom and do stuff. It was sad, and I was just kind of like, I'm over it. Now, this article's a little old, but they just came out, these covers of Nightwing, Red Hood, and Red Robin. And yeah, the irony of it all, right, guys? Because if this was girls, Twitter would implode. So things are heating up as Nightwing, Red Hood, Spoiler, and Red Robin are being featured in hot new variant covers. I want to tell you right now, the Spoiler one, yeah, it's nowhere like the other three. The former Robins won DC's round robin vote competition for an upcoming comic title, and they definitely aren't disappointing fans. These workout variants are bringing the heat. Again, if this was Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, if this was Starfire, if this was any female character, they would be going, "How dare you!" So, yeah, let's take a look at some of these covers. So we have Nightwing here. Oh boy. Nightwing. Again, if you put a female character like this in a suggestive position, Twitter would burn DC down. So yeah, we have once again Nightwing sweaty after what looks like a workout in the ring, accentuating some areas of him. Got the V line going, got that seductive look going. The reason I bring this up is because it's just the hypocrisy of it, okay? It's like, I don't have a problem with them doing covers like this. I really don't. But the fact that they will turn around and just go crazy if somebody does this with a female character. Because all I hear about, oh, they hypersexualize female characters. It's wrong. They shouldn't do it. Shouldn't hypersexualize female characters. If you're going to fight for one, you should fight for the other. That's how I feel. And I mean, yes, there's times with some forms of the sexualization is a little overboard, but there's nothing wrong with looking at attractive people. Matt writes, some holy water better come with those covers, right? This is just the first one, Matt. I didn't even get through the rest. This is just Nightwing. Okay? So yeah, we got Nightwing all sweaty. They accentuate certain areas, if you know what I'm talking about. Now we're going to go into Red Hood. See? all sweaty, showing the scars. Right? Accentuating those abs and the V cut. Right? Now we go to Tim Drake, Robin, again, sweaty. Not as bad as the Nightwing one, but then we get into Stephanie Brown. Hair's nice, no sweat, covered up nicely. It did get a little cleavage, but this is nowhere like the other shit. I saw them when they were solicited originally, but completely forgot about them until now. And yeah, there's another one. There's another Nightwing where he is bent over. I guess he was doing yoga. He's bent over, and it's kind of like in a very suggestive position. Where's my sweaty Black Canary swimsuit cover, Mr. Vogstoggle? Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to give to one, why can't the other have? And it's not just all male gaze either. There's people out there, LGBT, who might want to look at Stephanie Brown. Do you feel like the spoiler one is tamed as a reaction to the others? Yes, it's very tame compared to Nightwing. I mean, let's go back to Nightwing. Because I still feel like Nightwing is like the most sexually exposed character in DC at the moment. Yeah, let's look at that. Dazzling Kate says, and this is my argument, there are more moments when it's like, cool, hot dick covers, but where are the covers for the ladies? If one side gets it, the other does too. Exactly. I don't see Barbara Gordon in here. I don't see Black Canary. I don't see Huntress. You threw in Stephanie Brown, but that's so tame compared to this. Sweaty Nightwing. And if I could find the other one where Dick Grayson is bent over, it's kind of like done in the style almost like Alex Ross or Norman Rockwell, where he's bent over, but the butt is like just perfectly perked up and out. Oh yeah, there was some YouTubers going on about that one. But yeah. So Nightwing, Robins, Red Hood, they can all get these covers, but God forbid if they do it with the ladies. God forbid if you show sweat pouring down that woman after a workout. Matthew Ward says, that Nightwing bent over cover made me laugh when I saw it. Straight up ridiculous. It was. They were trying to go for a cheesecake thing with it. This is more sexy than the other one. The other one just looks like really, really bad. I don't have it. But, oh God, yeah. So Nightwing and Robin, steamy covers, but no steamy covers for the ladies. God forbid. If we ever put steamy covers for the ladies, we know what will happen. Straight up ridiculous. Poor Nightwing. Check out my video if you ever do get a chance about where I talk about the treatment of Nightwing in comics, because it's true. I mean, the guy, he's been raped. He's been sexually assaulted. There is even a recent comic, and I have it in that video, where some woman just slaps him on the ass. And I said, if they did this to Stephanie Brown or Barbara Gordon or Black Canary, there would be hell to pay. But they do it to Nightwing, and it's okay. It's absolutely okay to do it to Nightwing. And again, I don't have a problem with them doing covers like this, but Jesus, it's so one-sided. It's like ridiculous. I mean, it's the hypocrisy of the state of comics and Twitter and movies lately. And not just with this topic, but so many things. Like, you can't do it here, but it's fine to do it over there. Straight up ridiculous. I feel bad for Nightwing. He's like one of my favorite characters, but I haven't read his Nightwing comics in a while. They really they do him wrong. They truly, truly do him wrong. And I feel so bad for him. I do. I don't know, how is the comics lately? I heard some people say it's good and some others no. Mr. Von Stogel, I know more about Nightwing's butt than his adventures. Yeah, that's why I stopped reading. I mean, they were having everybody making a comment about his ass to the point where it was like, is there a story in here? Is there some type of like mission we can talk about? Because I mean, it even got to the point Batman got in on the joke about his butt. It was like, come on, guys, really? I mean, oh my god. I like how they have him with this like suggestive look on his eyes. You did this with if they did this with Black Canary, everybody would just go like crazy. They'd be screaming, calling DC sexists. Oh, the irony of it all. It's just like, come on, guys. So speaking of comics, this kind of popped up right before I was getting my topics for the stream together. So apparently another guy who's getting shafted all the time and not in a good way has been Iron Man in the comics. I mean, they got him getting like preached at by Hellcat. They're making him feel bad for being a rich white guy. Oh, God. Matthew writes, I wish DC was owned by Disney. No. No. I don't know about that. I wish DC was owned by Disney. I would buy the Nightwing Star Wars line dance variant. Oh, God. No, Matthew. No. So Tony Stark, Iron Cat armor returns under a mysterious villain's control. All right, so the man is getting set up to go evil soon. He's in the middle of dealing with an addiction issue yet again. He is going to be getting married to the one who's scolding him on a regular basis, aka Hellcat, and now he's teaming up with Black Cat to get a hold of cat armor. I don't remember this. I don't remember when he created a cat armor for her. Did I lose my mind? I don't know. I think it's because I blanked out so much shit. So between 2020's, that's why. Between 2020's Black Cat number 11 and 12, Felicia Hardy broke into Stark's Unlimited to rob Tony Stark and use his nano forge, with escape seemingly unlikely since Stark was blocking the only exit. So Black Cat had forged create her own suit of armor. Are you kidding me? Now anybody can have armor? Anybody can make armor? The Iron Cat, that's original, to take on Iron Man in a high-flying chase throughout Manhattan. Now the armor designed by artist C.F. Villa returns under a new villainous ownership in Iron Cat, written by Black Cat scribe Jed MacKay and drawn by Perez. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. It's like everybody has to take over everybody else's like identity, even if it's like a knockoff version of it. Can't Black Cat just be Black Cat and Iron Man just be Iron Man? A new villainous. Is it Riri Williams? She likes to steal armor a lot, so it could be her. This is why, another example why I have moved on to manga, indie comics, and back issues. I'm not even like interested in this in the slightest. I mean, that's probably why I didn't remember it. I was not reading in 2020 Marvel and DC. I think my breaking point was Captain America becoming a Hydra agent. I literally threw that comic out in the garbage. I should have asked for a refund at the comic book store, but I felt bad because I like supporting my local comic shop. It's not their fault, it's Marvel. Black Cat team up. All right, let's read more of this crap and see where they're going with this. So Iron Cat will be a 5-issue series, 5 issues too much, that reunites Tony and Felicia. Though the former will not be happy about it. The last time Tony encountered the Iron Cat armor, he was bested. Of course he was. Of course he was. When Felicia pulled an Iron Man 3 and had been remote piloting the suit. Oh, okay. During the entire alteration. However, at the end of the chase, the armor fell apart to pieces, but the miniseries promised that the armor will return with pilot to take Felicia and Tony on. Is it me, or does this look like something straight out of a freaking Power Rangers or like a bad Japanese live action? Mr. Von Stoggle. This would be fine if it were one-off What If Elseworld stories. It's not. It's not. And at this point, it feels like What If and Elseworld are becoming canon. Thanks to the multiverses. But look at this thing. It looks so freaking cheesy. I mean, it's like they don't know what to do with Iron Man anymore. They threw in Mary Jane at one point. Now they have Hellcat. Now they're going to have Black Cat. Oh, God. And she's probably going to get her own comic, whoever this is. It's probably somebody we know because they would never do somebody original. It's probably someone we know. It's probably like, what, evil Gwen Stacy? I don't know. Evil Pepper Potts. Who else could it be? I mean, it's not going to be somebody new. It's going to be somebody we know. And we're just going to roll our eyes at it and move on. Super Sentai Marvel Cat, Mr. Von Stockel. Yeah. Super Sentai Marvel Cat. Sentai Marvel Cat. It is. It's like straight out of like one of those really bad Japanese live action shows. It's like, I'm looking at this going, ugh. What else do they have on this? Oh, God. Last year's Black Cat title ended with an oversized one-shot, giant-sized Black Cat Infinity Score #1. In December, we saw the thief using the power of the Infinity Stones to save her mother's life. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but as always, satisfaction brings it back. What? McKay said with regard to the new title, it was that heavy heart that we said goodbye to the ongoing Black Cat series last year. So, okay, somebody's in this, and so Felicia is probably going to get this suit and wear this because you know, we can't have her in her regular Black Cat suit because, you know, boobs and hips and female body parts. You know, that's what's going to happen. I see it now. This is going to be her permanent suit. Tell me if I'm wrong. This is going to be her permanent freaking outfit. Can't have the sexy cat suit. She's going to be wearing this. She's going to defeat whoever is in this, and she's going to be wearing this permanently. Look at that. Oh, God. Yeah, no. And I didn't read the book, the one where she created this. But for the love of God, why would you create an iron suit that's this cat if you're trying to steal it from Tony? I mean, I don't know. I am so done. If Doc was here, he would be ripping this apart. Like, this is just so... This is going to be her permanent outfit. I'm telling you right now. This is what is going to happen. This is what she's going to wear from here on out permanently. I can't believe she used the Infinity Stones to bring her mother back. How does she use the Infinity Stones? All right, so I'm done with this. I am done with this. Let's talk about something a little more positive. I don't know, do I have any manga fans out there? Because I want to talk about VIZ Media's upcoming releases. I'm excited about this. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. This is from the Outer Haven. So VIZ Media announces several new titles, and I have been having a lot of fun with manga. Manga has been really enjoyable. Let me get rid of these pop-ups. It has been a lifesaver in this hell of watching DC and Marvel burn itself. But yeah, so 7 new titles. So what do we have coming out? Okay. So, first announcement, complete your Demon Slayer experience with 3 new exciting novels. So I'm guessing these are light novels, so they're not going to be illustrated. The Flower of Happiness, One Winged Butterfly, and Signs from the Wind starts releasing in fall 2020. I have been reading Demon Slayer. I watched the first season of the anime. I'm trying to read the manga before I watch more episodes of the anime. I like it. It's good. It's not my favorite when it comes to supernatural. I really like Jujutsu Kaisen more. I think Jujutsu Kaisen is a lot more fun than this and exciting. I do like the character development of the lead character and his journey to becoming a demon slayer. Again, Japan knows how to do a hero's journey, unlike Marvel and DC anymore. All right, the second one announcement: the creators and editors behind the world's most popular manga share their tricks, advice, and secrets in the Shonen Jump Guide to Making Manga. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to get that. Okay, so here we go. Finally, some manga. Announcement: with gamer Anzu gets transported to the world of hot guys. Oh, hello. It's like she's in a dream, someone else's dream. The full-colored adventure, Romantic Killer, drops fall 2020. Ooh, full color. Nice. So we're getting like a full color manga about a girl transported to a world of hot guys. I wonder how that is going to play out. I'm curious. I don't know yet if that's going to be on my must-have list, but I'm curious. Next announcement: 4 male friends support each other through the colorful ups and downs of teenage love. Rainbow Days drops fall 2020. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm more like I said a comic book fan, so I like more of that action adventure stuff. That's why I love My Hero Academia. Hello, Eric Canetti. How are you? We are talking about manga releases. Everybody should check out Eric Canetti. I did a review in his latest. Sorry, my camera just like blinked out. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, check out go to Iconic Comics. Check out Eric Kennedy's work there, as well as some other great stuff like Common America. So yeah, I'm not really that big on shoujo, is it? Where I don't know if this is BL too. Not really that big on shoujo. I do like and you're gonna see it in my manga haul video on Monday. Fruit Basket. I do like that, but that's still got some kind of element of like fantasy and supernatural to it. I also like Inuyasha too, but all right, next up, announcement. Are mer people real? Mermaid Scales and the Town of Sand is a beautifully drawn tale that tries to answer the question. Drops fall 2020. Huh. So far, nothing's really screaming, I want to buy this. Could just be me. Next. Drip Drip is a one-shot graphic novel with the massive nosebleed from the unique imagination Para Itakeki, creator of Beastars. Now, I do like Beastars. It's been fun trying to collect most of Beastars, but I do like Beastars. So, I don't know what's up with the nosebleed on this. I guess that's what the title, Drip Drip, with a massive nosebleed. But I do like Beastars. I might check it out. If it's on digital, I might do it that way instead of buying the actual physical book. We'll see. Now, this one I've been hearing a lot about. A nerd must fight powerful spirits and aliens. That's a nice combination, all vying for the secret power of his family jewel. I hope they actually mean jewel. So who better to fight alongside him than his high school crush and a spirit granny? Dan Daydan? Okay, this looks interesting. This looks like something I might pick up. Might have to go and write stuff and pre-order it. I'm not sure if my comic book shop will be carrying it, but this does look interesting. I like the concept. Must fight powerful spirits and aliens. Yeah, that's more up my alley. Definitely gonna have to put that on the list. Next up, I'm going too far. Being the head of a spy family, Matsumui friendship with Tayo is put to the test when her overprotective brother seeks to kill him. The solution: get married. I don't know if that's a solution, but okay. Maybe. Maybe. What do you guys think so far of these announcements? All right. Okay. Now, Taki plays badminton. Shinsutsu? Ugh, I'm screwing up these names. Plays basketball. Do these sports cross lovers stand a chance? How is this a sports cross lover? That's a weird blue box. It's called Blue Box. So they both like sports. That's a good thing, isn't it? It might not be the same sport, but there's I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand some of the concepts for these shoujos. Okay. Ooh. A grim take on grim tales where the hunted become the hunters. The Hunters Guild Red Hood drops fall 2020. Now that looks interesting. I really like the art on that. What do you guys think? I don't know. My chat seems to have died down. I think everybody ran to Iconic Comics to check out Eric Canetti. Can you hear me? So I don't know. This one looks like I might be interested. A grim take on the grim fairy tales. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Next up. I have not read this manga yet. It's one of those ones where it's been hard to get a hold of. I did read the first volume on the Shonen Jump app. I kind of prefer, like, when I do like something to have the physical copies because I'm more used to having a book. It's just like with comics, I prefer having the floppy. But this is Go Beyond the Promised Neverland with a short story collection from the master storytellers themselves, including an epilogue chapter to the hit series. Releases fall 2022. Interesting. Again, like I said, I read the first one and it was interesting. And I've heard people tell me like the first season of the anime is good, but the second season sucks. I'm completely lost when it comes to manga. Mr. Von Stogel, I understand. I'll move on to another topic soon, I promise. See. What's next? Oh. Jinju Ito. Now I heard a lot of good things about him. I'm going to be getting his books next. Right now I'm on Urasawa's stuff. Really liking Asadora, and I just got 20th Century Boys Volume 1, which you'll see in my manga haul on Monday. This is called Black Paradox. It's a sci-fi thriller about 4 people in search of the perfect death. Huh. Hi, Dazzling Kate. Yes, I heard about something about a Zatch Bell series coming out, but not too much. I just kind of heard it in passing. I don't know. I say, Mr. Von Stogel, if you're going to try manga, I would say start with My Hero Academia. Start with that and give that a try. Because if you're a comic book fan, you're gonna like My Hero Academia, sorry. The other one I would suggest if you're a superhero fan, and it's one of my favorite, One Punch Man. I love One Punch Man. Saitama is like one of the funniest and yet overpowered superheroes, but that's the whole plot. I would suggest check that out too. But I might pick this up. I might pick up Black Paradox. Next up. Oh. I I read the first JoJo series, but I was like not impressed. I do have the second one. I haven't started it yet because and some people tell me like you know you need to keep going and give it a chance and I learned my lesson with One Piece because I didn't really like the first half of One Piece, like the East Blue arc. I didn't like the beginning of it. But this is a spin-off to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure universe, straight out of Diamond is Unbreakable. I'm not even near that yet. And it drops fall 2022. Yeah, the art in JoJo is interesting, but I just don't know. I just can't seem to get into JoJo. I'll try though. I'll try the next series. I might improve like people are telling me. All right, this one. Announcement. Look Back is a heart-wrenching single-volume story about the struggles of being an artist. From the creator of Chainsaw Man. Well, that's vastly different from what he does. I love Chainsaw Man. That's another one I suggest, Mr. Von Stogel. Check out Chainsaw Man. That's good. But this one, when they say heart-wrenching, I'm not one who likes to really read things that are sad and mopey downers. I go to this stuff to escape like life. I really rather be intrigued and excited, not sit here and cry over something. What's this now? They're light novels though. Sorcery and demon curses abound in 2 light novels spun from the world of Jujutsu Kaisen. Releases fall 2020, beginning with Summers of Ashes, Autumn of Dust. I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched the first season. I have been reading the manga. I'm almost up to the last current release. It's a lot of fun. I love the fight sequences, even the manga, the way everything is. I'm just interested to see how this is going. Yeah, I really do I like Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know though about light novels. I'd rather just get the manga. What's up next? Okay, announcement. A digital exclusive. Only a manga artist can solve puzzle and murder committed on Halloween. In this mystery manga by Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator. Ooh! Releases summer 2022. Okay. Okay. From the Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator. What's it called? We don't have a name yet on it? Sounds interesting. I like murder mysteries. I really do. I might check this out. Not really a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Person, but or like Pokemon, but I like murder mysteries. So, that sounds interesting. Like an interesting little concept there. Next up, another digital exclusive. Get into the spirit with this ghostly manga about a powerful shaman who just wants to lead a normal life. Phantom Seer 1. Nah, ha. That I'll definitely read on the digital app. That looks like fun. Hopefully it's good. I hate when something looks awesome and it turns out to be crap. And there's a couple. But that does look interesting. Announcement. A VIZ digital exclusive on a mysterious hammer island where construction is everything. Tokachi and Renga build to survive. Build King drops 2022. I don't know. I don't know about that. Ooh. Another digital exclusive. Risa Ai is a detective on par with Sherlock Holmes, but she has one fatal flaw. She falls in love with the criminals she's meant to capture. Yeah, that's a problem. I don't know if that's the type of thing. I mean, you had me at on par with Sherlock Holmes and has one fatal flaw, but then you said she falls in love with the criminals she's meant to capture. I don't know. It's gonna get really cheesy, isn't it? And I guess that's it. Any thoughts on these? I don't know. There's a couple in there I might check out. Definitely might check out a couple on there. I just I'm probably right now with my manga collection, I am trying to stick to series I've started because it does get kind of out of hand when it does get out of hand cost-wise. So I'm trying to stick to, like, the series I have. I finally got a hold of Blue Period Volume 2. That's been, like it's been weird with manga, I've said this in another video, where, like, certain volumes are hard to get, and it's not like volume 1 or, like, the last volume. It's, like, volumes in the middle of the series. I don't know if it's because something big happens in there. I don't know. Well, since we have, Mr. Canadian here, allow me to once again redirect you over to Iconic Comics because, Arc Athenia is now available over there. And, it's got a variant cover. If you follow my channel, you know I reviewed this, I love this, I cannot wait for the rest of it. And those should be going out soon. Dazzling Kate writes, "They sounded really good, definitely gotta read some more manga. Times 3." Yes, yes, yes. I can't keep up with what I have right now, that's my problem with, manga. Second Street Marvel says, "Lurking still. I don't read much manga. Also, I do have all the Common Americas and Black Hawk books." Good, good. Definitely going to back their other projects in their next go around. Yeah, I'm waiting for the next Arc Athena. I am loving this. I love the concept of it. If you have not checked this out, I say go over to Iconic Comics and check this out. It is, it's really good. I like it a lot. It's a concept of, like, 2 different superhero teams. One that's for social media that gets on television, but then you have the real team that does all the gritty work that's nobody knows about. So I suggest get over there and pick this up. It's really good. I like it a lot. So what else is on everybody's mind? I've been watching Tom and Pammy. Pam and Tommy. I haven't watched the last episode yet, but that's a pretty good show. There hasn't been too many shows on regular TV I've been getting into. I have not watched The Walking Dead in the longest time. I have been, like, I guess, a couple seasons out. I backed Trisha's new book, Orgasm Girl. Huh. Second Street Marvel. You gotta send me the link for that. I should check it out. I'm looking for more indie comics all the time. I really trying to expand my indie comic library. I do back a lot of Iconic Comics. I do back some other Indiegogo campaigns, Kickstarter. There was one on Kickstarter I recently backed that looks like a manga, but it's not really done in Japan. But the art on it was so beautiful, I couldn't help myself. If I find it, I'll tell you what it was. But I don't know. It says it's based on a webcomic, and I do have Webtoons, but I don't know if it was on there because I did not see it on Webtoons. I have been also trying to check out Webtoons, but there's just so much I got on my plate to read. Like, Webtoons right now is, like, the last place I'm going to look at stuff. Here it is. It's called Faded Away. Let me show you this. It's on Kickstarter. It's Dan Fan. Oh, I know her channel. I like her channel. I like her channel a lot. Yeah, so I saw this on Kickstarter, and it looks really interesting. It feels like it's got some type of supernatural element to it, but they said it's based on a webtoon. I have not, found that webtoon yet, but you can get this in softcover and hardcover, and she has, he or she, whoever the artist is, has a lot of different perks. It looks really interesting, so when I get this and read this, I will be doing a review. But it does look really interesting. I also today got my Dale Keown Cyberfrog cover. and it is just beautiful. I love it. Another manga I got, and I am going to read this again before I even do a review on it, is I got the Deadpool Samurai from VIZ Media, where it's pretty much the Marvel character Deadpool, and he goes to Japan. But it's how can I say this? It's very there's scenes in here that's totally Deadpool. Totally Deadpool. But they throw in a lot of character appearances, and some of these character appearances really don't make sense for Deadpool. And the other thing is these two I'm not gonna spoil it for you, Artella, but yeah, there's two characters in here that kinda, like, are entrusted to him, which knowing the person who entrusts that to Deadpool, it's kind of, like, out of character for that person, but I do have it. I'm gonna reread it before I do a review on this. I was really tired when I was reading it, so it could have been, you know, the state of my head at the moment, but I'll give it a try again. I did get it. Another one I got, I'm looking forward to reading this, and you're gonna see it on my Monday, haul video, is The Hellbound. This is a manhwa. If you don't know what manhwa is, that is South Korean version of, manga. And it's from the director of Train to Busan. If you have not watched that movie, it is a great zombie movie. So he does this, and it's now a Netflix series, a Korean Netflix series. I haven't watched the series yet. I wanna read it first, then watch the series. I'm thinking about in the future doing maybe a Patreon channel where I could do a comparison between the show and book, but it is pretty much, one day, people receive a notice. The message will only consist of their name, the fact that you are going to hell, and the time you have left to live. So these mysterious creatures then will manifest and take you to hell. So it's kind of got a bit of a maybe religious theming to it, but I don't know until I read it. But just glancing through the art on it, the art design is really nice. It's really nice, and it's a really nice thick book. I don't know if there's any other volumes. It says volume 1, so I'm assuming there might be more. But yes, it's from the director of the international hit film Train to Busan. Love Train to Busan. Hope I'm saying that right. But this looks really good. I got it through Barnes and Noble. I also got another manga that I keep hearing people talk about, but they told me to avoid the anime but read the manga, and that's The Record of Ragnarok. And it's once every millennium the gods assemble to decide if humanity is worthy of its continued existence or if it should be destroyed. So the verdict is destruction. The final battle between the gods and mortal heroes will decide the survival of extinction of the human race. So you have a bunch of very famous, like, mythological characters like Thor and all in this. Seems interesting. I'm gonna give it a chance. But I heard the anime is not really good. Got some more comics coming. I'm waiting on those. I did do the review on Norwell's Earthbound. Highly recommend that. He still has it in demand if you want to check it out. Next Friday will be part 2 of that review when I review volume 2. It's got this like 80s like teen sci-fi kind of feel to it. You know, pretty much these group of teenagers from outer space come to are tasked with recruiting people for some type of big event that's going to take place in space, and I think it's like sounds kind of like a Hunger Games type thing, but I could be wrong. But there's a lot of comedy in it. There's a lot of like action. It's really interesting. I've going to read volume 2 tomorrow so I can get the review done for Friday. Narwhal's art is kind of interesting. It's not like your typical style. Like it's almost like he's got two different types of styles going on in there. Like with certain characters who you know are the comedic style, are kind of like small and more cartoony, whereas like the regular characters who are like your heroes and your nemesis. They're more drawn like typical humans. It's hard to say. You have to look at it to see it and understand what I'm talking about. But I think I would recommend it. I will tell you my thoughts on volume 2 next Friday. But yeah, he told me online when he saw my review that he still has it in demand, and they're nice size graphic novels too. It's not like a single issue like some people do with their campaigns. It's a full issue. Let me show you. You can get volumes 1 and 2. Mr. Von Stogel says Norwell described Earthbound like a John Hughes sci-fi Hunger Games, the first book at least. Yeah, that's perfect description. That is exactly what it feels like. And you can go on. It's under the Earthbound Part 2 campaign, and you can get parts 1 and 2. They're nice sized books, and the quality of the books are really nice too. It's he's also got some other perks in here. It's still up on Indiegogo, so if you are interested, I would say jump on there. Go ahead, check it out. Again, like I said, his art is kind of unique. It's kind of rough in some ways, but it's like when you look at it, it's like when it's his style. You don't see another person doing his style. And you don't get too many artists like that anymore. But yeah, Earthbound, I liked it. I recommend volume 1. I will tell you my thoughts on volume 2 next week. So what else is going on in the world of comics and entertainment? I know people are still trying to cancel other people. Like I said earlier, I know about this Lord of the Rings thing, and I am just not interested in it. No interest in watching it. I have been burnt too many times by the deconstruction of my favorite franchises, and I will not be going to watch that. Mr. Von Stogel says, I'm not into his art, but love the colors Narwhal does. Yeah, he does some really nice colors in there. The other person I think is really good with colors is Kyle Ritter. I really like his work on his colors, at least on Cyber Frog and his own book, which just escaped my mind. I'm such a bad host. But yeah, his colors are nice. Yeah, back to what I was saying. I'm not watching the Lord of the Rings. I saw the clips and I said, "Yep, not for me." I didn't even watch Wheel of Time. I let my brother do that, and he seemed really angry and disappointed in that as well. My brother's really into like fantasy and sci-fi too. He is, however, getting his fix through the Vikings show. Was it Valhalla? He says that's good. I haven't watched it yet. He was kind of disappointed in The Witcher season 2. See, season 1 aggravated me because there was so many back and forth time jumps. I didn't know we were going back and forth in time jumps until like 4 episodes in when they finally clarified it. I was getting a headache. But yeah, he's loving right now Vikings Valhalla. I'm gonna have to watch that. I think this time it focuses on Leif Erikson. What else is coming out? I haven't, like I said, I've been watching more anime. I've been getting kind of frustrated though with Funimation because I know I watch a lot of English dub anime, but that's because I'm trying to watch anime and do 100 other things at the same time, so it's easier to get it in English dub. But I think with One Piece right now, I'm going to just watch One Piece in English sub because Funimation is taking forever to dub the rest of season 12, and I have already surpassed that in the manga. I did get the 4th box set, and I just, like, surpassed that. I'm already on the Cake Island arc. I'm like, "Okay, I need to watch it now in the anime." That's what I've been doing a lot, reading the manga, then watching the anime, reading the manga, then going back and watching the rest of the anime. I don't know, I'm just kinda like yeah, I've been watching more anime. Besides, was it Pam and Tommy? That was that's a good one. I don't condone robbing anybody, but you can if this is how it went down, I completely understand why the guy did it. Because the guy was a complete because Tommy Lee was a complete asshole to him. So, what else? I said I just finished Jujutsu Kaisen in anime. I did get the Rise of the Shield Hero, I think volumes 1 through 4, and I read 1, and I'm trying to watch the anime, but there's this one part in the first volume that aggravated me, but I knew it was important for the rest of the story. It's just still I'm not looking forward to seeing it in the anime. I heard good things though. So I will continue. I just that one part's coming up and they already set it up and that part just totally aggravates me, but I'm going to have to watch it. Totally going to have to watch it. Just to get to the rest of the good stuff. So yeah, it's mostly been anime for me. Pam and Tommy. What else? I did finish Book of Boba Fett. You probably saw my whole spiel on that last time I did a live stream. I was so aggravated with that show. It's like halfway through they gave up on Boba Fett and just refocused on the Mandalorian. Like nobody seems to know what to do with poor Boba Fett. I didn't mind Hawkeye. I thought it was the better of the DC I'm not DC, Marvel, Disney Plus shows. It was constructed better. Would I say it was a great show? It was all right. But compared to what you were getting with like Loki and freaking WandaVision, which again, I feel like nobody knows how to construct a story for a certain amount of episodes and then they get all like screwed up in the end, or they're not told they're getting that many episodes. I don't know what it is, but really Disney, you need to get your act together. You really do. So what else is on everyone's mind? Trying to get back to my comic book store. We've been having bad weather here. I'm like in the Pittsburgh area. Luckily, my comic book shop does have an online store, so I have been getting some stuff shipped to me. One I got it's been out a while, but I never read it, and somebody told me I should give it a chance, is Adventure Man from Matt Fraction. Now, Matt Fraction, I have a love-hate relationship with his writing, but I love the art on it. It's Dodson. Oh God, I forgot his first name. But I'm gonna read it and see what that's like. It's a nice hardcover. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. I think I'm going to keep up doing a live stream on Saturday nights because for some reason I feel jinxed on Wednesdays. Every time I set up one for Wednesday, something goes wrong. It just like blows up in my face and then I end up having to cancel out and I feel really bad when I have to go on Twitter and tell everybody it's not going to happen. So Saturday night seems to be like the perfect time for me to do this. I hope I'm not like interfering with anybody else's streams, but I like doing this. I'm hoping to have guests on. Next weekend, I probably will because this person and I happen to be big fans of My Hero Academia, so we are going to talk My Hero Academia. I'm not sure if it's going to be at this time or it's going to be a different time. I have to figure out the schedule with them. But yeah, we're going to kind of go into like My Hero Academia and talk about how, the classic Marvel influences on it and so much more. If you have not read My Hero Academia, get out there and read it. Because there'll probably be spoilers in it. We're probably going to talk about a lot of story plots. So that would be my only suggestion. If you don't want to be spoiled, you might not want to watch that live stream. Well, I think I'm going to call in the day. We've laughed at the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser. That's a joke for that money. We talked about Doctor Strange. We looked at the hypocrisy of comic book covers when it comes to guys versus girls. Looked at the VIZ Media releases. Talked about the upcoming Black Cat, Ironman, whatever the hell that is. And went over some other topics. I really appreciate you guys coming out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will keep up the live streams every Saturday. look for some more topics. If there's any suggestions, go ahead and hit me up on Twitter. And again, I hope to have some guests on. Kate, I'd like you on too, if you're willing. So I hope everyone has a good night, and I will see you soon. Bye.